Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have Season 9 of the Detroit Lions rebuild. After 9 years of being with the Lions under Dan Campbell's rule, he's officially announced that he will not be returning after this season, which means we will be ending the series after this season. No offseason, just simming through the season, seeing how well this team will perform. Now, let's take a look at the team. This offense is a masterpiece. And in the coming years, it could become even better with guys like Chancellor and Lockhart emerging as superstars for this offense. Money being freed up after Hill this year. Tyree only being in his second year. This offensive line still being great, even though some of their guys are slowly aging. The tight end group is going to become better over the years. The running back room is filled with ultimate talent, and Chip Loud being the ultimate captain at fullback. Not the expert would be very happy with Chip Loud. This defense, it has aged a little bit, and it will be facing regression in the coming years. But that doesn't mean they're still not dominant. With the front seven so dominant that teams would ultimately be afraid of running against it, calling it the Pro Bowl defensive line. Because, well, all of them could make the Pro Bowl every single year. James Garner has been a great linebacker for us, being here, I think, every single year after the first year being drafted. At least I think. Greg Denton emerging as a superstar X-Factor. Deron Harris, after a slow start to a career, emerging as a superstar player. 3 defensive linemen, 4 even, including Tim Settle, that have become staples of this defense. And our cornerback room that we've basically drafted, our defensive back room, who we've basically drafted and developed throughout the years. This is one of the best teams ever assembled. Can they win a 4th Super Bowl in 6 years? Can they win 4 Super Bowls in 9 years? That's the question. With a team as good as this, it's Super Bowl or bust. And it's not Super Bowl or bust because this is their one and only chance. It is Super Bowl or bust because they expect nothing else. Coming off a Super Bowl victory anyway, Madden's probably going to fuck us because their sim is dog shit. But that does not stop us from at least trying. Let's get the season underway. At the midseason mark, we are 6-1, returning back to form, making a good playoff push, only losing our first game last week, so we were 6-0. Now we'll be looking to repeat success and have a good second half of the season. This many players would suck to have to bring back, but you would have to bring back the good majority of them. Terry McLaurin, Dexter Lawrence, Michael Owenu, Sheldon Whiting, Tyreek Hill, Marquise Milner, Dalton Yankee. At the playoffs, we are 13-4 heading into this. I did try to re-sign our basically top 4 guys. So Owenu, McLaurin, Lawrence, and Whiting. None of them wanted to re-sign, and I gave them each like $15 million a year. With that being said, let's get into it. I'll see you guys in the next week if we make it there. If not, series over. We made it to the divisional round, beating the Cardinals 32-29. And honestly, I don't know how far we'll go if we can only win by 3 points in most of these games. But let's get to the NFC Championship and see if we make it. We end up losing 49-37, and it's very tough for a team to win when you let up 49 points in the playoffs. With Dan Campbell saying that he wants a new challenge, a new chapter of his life. He respects the Lions. He appreciates the Lions. So this is what the team is looking like ending the final season. So the team looks fairly good. And there's no disappointment here other than not winning this last Super Bowl, but 3 Super Bowls in 6 years really isn't bad. This offense was very good, but with regression hitting us within the next couple years, as well as retirement, there's nowhere to go but down from here unless we just have some absolute steals in draft and free agency. So that's why we are ending it here. The defense as well. What an amazing group. Most of these guys were well developed within our team. Of course, we did end up having to trade for a middle linebacker a couple times. But the corners and the safeties were all hand-developed. The edge rushers were, and James Garner even was as well. With a lot of these guys being from the first couple seasons, this team turned out to be a very good group.
And even moving forward, you could have some serious fun with this team, but I think it's time to put this series to rest.
Calvin, not as great of a season as I was hoping for. Only 4,100 yards, 38 touchdowns on 67 completion percentage, 13 interceptions. Not great. Jonathan Taylor, 1,666 yards on 16 touchdowns. Hyde with 464 backing him up, 4 touchdowns. And Saquon Barkley with 5 touchdowns as the backup power back. McLaurin and Lockhart both over 1,000 yards and both over 89 catches. Lockhart with 1,179 yards, McLaurin with 1,319. 9 touchdowns for McLaurin, 12 for Lockhart, 2 touchdowns and 600 yards for Tyreek Hill. And Nazir Richards, no wonder why he got 4 upgrade points. 533 yards and 10 touchdowns on 56 receptions. He was basically catching a ball every 5.6 receptions. That's insane. Almost every 6 receptions he was catching a touchdown. Blocking doesn't really matter. Madden's still broken. And James Garner, 146 tackles. Same way we started the series. James Garner leading with a ridiculous amount of tackles. Does it again. Damon Walker would probably take over next season as the number 1 just to get him developing correctly as James Garner would start regressing. Simmons, Lawrence, Harris, and Denton all where I expect them to be. And then sacks. Wow. Harris really is starting to step up and hell, he deserves more money than what we even gave him. 14.5 sacks. Jeffrey Simmons with 11, Denton with 10, Lawrence with 7.5, Gardner, McDonald, Damon Walker, Payne, Rick Nick, and a couple others with some sacks as well. Nothing too special though, only getting a handful of sacks between them. Rick Nick with 4 picks, James Garner with 2, Sheldon Whiting with 2, L'Jarius Sneed in his limited play time as the 4th-string corner with 2. Harris, Denton, McDonald, and Milner with 1. L'Jarius Sneed might have been the backup slot guy, so that's probably where he got his picks at. So safeties, none. Touchdowns for Rick Nick. Blocked kick for Jeffrey Simmons, and we're going to go ahead and look at the touchdowns, see if anybody else got any. No. Kicking, Tyler Bass, perfect from extra points. Got 2 field goals blocked, so he originally technically went 8 and 10. A.J. Cole, about where I expect. Lockhart again returned the kickoff. He was the 2nd-string kick returner, too, if you don't believe me. He performed better than Chancellor did. NFL MVP, we have no Lions on the board. Baker Mayfield ends up winning Coach of the Year. Dan Campbell, NFC Offensive Player of the Year. No Lions as well. Defensive Player of the Year, Deron Harris at 5. What a big glow up from him after a very slow start to his career. Tyree Chancellor comes in at 7 at Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then Damon Walker finishes 2nd in Defensive Rookie of the Year behind Max Knowles, apparently probably a brother of Joel Knowles, our strong safety. Looking at retirements, John Johnson, Wyatt Teller, Ryan Ramczyk, Mike McGlinchey, Tyree Phillips, Jack Conklin, Austin Hooper, Kamara, Stanley, Humphrey, Nelson, Baker, Trask, Cooper, Okafor, Gibson, Corbett, Mixon, Miller, Cook, Sanders, Adams, Smith, McCaffrey, Jones, Wynn, Mike Williams, Leonard, Bosa, Vay, Ragnow, Montgomery, Tucker. A shit ton of players from an era all retire. And the biggest one for us, of course, is Quentin Nelson retiring out of nowhere. He still had, I think, a year or 2 left on his contract. He decides enough is enough. At 34 years old, I'm done. Sheldon Whiting's getting a 5-year, $15 million deal, 74.8 over that time. He is a 90 overall. He will return. So I tried negotiating with a bunch of players. McLaurin, Lawrence, Owenu. I'm not even going to negotiate with the rest of them. We're going to let Milner walk. He's 26. If he wants to go sign somewhere else, he can. I am going to end up franchise tagging Terry McLaurin. This will give us an opportunity to either re-sign him or just move on from him completely. But he's too high of an overall to just let walk. But that being said, guys, if you guys enjoy this content or any other content here on my channel, go ahead and like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit that notification bell to be notified anytime I upload. Hopefully more content coming soon, including IRL content of sports-related stuff. I wanted to do some playoff stuff, but just didn't get around to it. Hopefully we can do some off-season stuff when it finally gets around to that time. Roster updates are released every week to 2 weeks. So expect a 2K21 roster update coming out soon as well, if not already. That being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.